Welcome in Soul Family. On the top of the deck, we have the Dragonfly. This is a metaphysical channel. I like to teach what works for me so that you can look into it, research it, see if it works for you. What I like to do is take a deep breath, exhale my negativity, and inhale my direct connection with Source as I read this card as a prayer or a mantra into your heart. I am ready to transform my life into one filled with truth and clarity. It is easy for me to transform and transmute challenging situations. I pay attention to my dreams and easily interpret them. My understanding of symbols helps me with self-awareness. My emotions are balanced. So a year or two ago, when I first got this deck, when I would pick up this card and I would see that it said, it's easy for me to transmute challenging situations. In my head, I would think, but is it? That's why it's a prayer or a mantra. The more that we say these things, we build ourselves up, right? In a real way. Because now when I look at that, I have the proof, because I can go, wow, yeah, I actually have transmuted a lot of challenging situations over the last year. Look at me. I used to be the poster child for taking all kinds of pharmaceuticals for mental health, just to sleep, panic attacks and all that kind of stuff. Now I can do this without medicine, like without pharmaceuticals. I'm able to do this on my own. I'm able to transmute panic attacks because of what I do here. Like, this is real. And if you want to get more into it, neuroscience, mindfulness, look into it. Why does it work? Why does AA work for some people? How come some people can just manifest miracles? Why does that happen? Spontaneous healing from addiction? How does that happen? So this is the start. This is the part that we're trying to teach. So off the Akashic Truth Oracle, we have Chill Out. Pretty sure I pulled this one last week as well, right in the beginning of the reading. So chill out. Don't panic when things go wrong. Stay calm. Being calm allows you to see the situation clearly, make the right decision, stay calm, and deal with life's challenges with ease. So that's the first thing that we need to always do, is work on our grounding techniques. That's why we're always saying, like, grounding, this and that, because if you are not centered, just starting your day, you're not going to be able to handle things calmly. You know, they always say, oh, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Right? Why? Because we weren't taking care of the other 50 million straws. We weren't balanced. We weren't taking care of ourselves. So now we are. Great job. And opportunity off this Akashic Truth Oracle. Opportunity. Opportunity always comes to those who are prepared. Always be prepared, and when the opportunity comes, be brave enough to grab it, and it will open up new possibilities. And we have a beautiful picture of it. It looks like an eagle. Okay. I think we'll read a card off the Starseed Oracle deck next. So, yep, things are changing. Everything that was in the dark has been brought into the light. We noticed the last couple of years that the focus for this energy, for this collective, was on exposing the narcissistic and the narcissist empath dynamic, right? And so when we were able to identify that everywhere, we were able to see how these people in government, in society, at our kitchen tables, how these people were able to manipulate everybody. So now that we see it, nobody's getting away with it anymore. So that's crazy. And then we still have people out there that are like freaking out. And so the message is calm down. The ones that are freaking are the ones that are losing control. The ones that are losing control are freaking because they know they're losing, and that's what we want, right? Yes, we do. Anything that's not based on love is going. We've been saying this for so long. Years and years. So, Starseed Oracle, deep cellular healing. Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Arcturus. I just pulled this card for somebody. I did a reading in person for somebody. They asked me to. I don't usually do in-person readings, but they asked me to. I pulled that card for them too, and they weren't familiar with the word Arcturus. but we were more so focused on the deep cellular healing, solar flares, CMEs. Shut your eyes, look at the sun. Have that sun like bask on your face during your meditation, just for a few minutes. You got to be sensible with the sun. Ask for healing. You have to allow. So much of this is what we allow and what we resist. So much of it. So anyway, we're getting help from all over the solar system now. And we've got 2 that came out here. Oh, 3, 4. Okay, 4. I wasn't expecting that many, but here we go. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. It is not my will, it is thy will. When we figure that out, it gets a lot easier. Big picture thinking, beautiful card. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Once you learn how to be human, you pretty much don't want to be human anymore. Just kidding. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Okay, so we're not alone here, guys. We are so protected. We are so connected. And I'm going to end the reading off with a few cards from the Modern Witch. Maybe 4? So what does the collective need to know? So we got Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. We're going to leave it here, guys. We're watering our own garden. We're staying in our peace. We are teaching others the way, the light. We're not spiritually bypassing anything. If people are telling you that. It's the love and light crowd. Sure, whatever. Maybe they are spiritually bypassing, but do you feel like you're bypassing anything? I certainly don't. I'm feeling everything bad, so yeah. We're good, guys. This is the old timeline, by the way. I shouldn't say bye just yet because I didn't read the other side of I gave you your animal, but I never gave you your gemstone. So we have Cathedral Amethyst on the other side of that Dragonfly card. So let's finish it here, guys. Let's take a deep breath, exhale our negativity, and connect with our direct connection with Source. Have you noticed that there are people or situations that need the real truth to be revealed? Are you ready to break through illusions of others, or perhaps the illusions that you've created? It's time for you to work through the emotions that create misconceptions, both those that you create for yourselves and those you create for others. Use your dreams as a tool to balance your emotions. It is easy for you to transform the challenges of your past to let your true nature shine through. Amethyst. So again, it's all about using your dreams to balance your emotions and to have that truth and that clarity. If we're not being honest with ourselves, how can we be honest with others, right? And that's the problem. A lot of people that are still stuck, they're just cycling through these karmic loops over and over and over and over. It's because they're just not honest with themselves. If someone's not honest with themselves, how are you ever going to get through to them? Anyway, I love you guys so much. Have a great day.